Hey there everyone, and welcome back to a new review. So as promised, today we're going to look at Stand Up Monte by Garrett. The reason I'm doing this review is, yes, it's an older trick, it's not something new, it's not something fresh off the press, but it's still one of the best Monte tricks and one of the best packet tricks that you could buy to this day. And I feel that with how the market is working in the magic industry, all these new effects are getting pushed to the front line, while all these gems that people are still using in their professional repertoires are kind of, dusted off and thrown into the kind of back gate. And I feel that a product such as this deserves the spotlight and maybe have people purchase it or, dust it off from their cabinet and try to perform it again. So again, we're looking at Stand Up Monte, and this is a $30 effect if you want to buy it new, or if, for example, you already have bought it, but you can't find your cards, maybe you've lost them, or you've lost interest in the trick and, the cards got ruined or whatever happened, you can buy refills for $12 if you still have your DVD hanging around. So what is the trick? Essentially, Stand Up Monte is a Monte routine. It's, depending on how you do it, it's a 4, 5, 6 phase routine. You could even do it one phase if you want. It really depends on you. It's a multi-phase stand-up Monte routine with kicker punches at every single shot. And the practicality of this is that the spectator is the one, that's gonna handle most of the stuff. Yes, you are touching and doing some things, but in their eyes, they're the ones that are kind of experiencing and doing all the changes. So what do you get with your purchase? So let's say you buy just the refills because you already have the DVD. Well, you're gonna get a small envelope like this with your refills inside and the cards ready to go. If you decide to buy it new, so for $30, you're gonna get this pouch inside of a DVD case, and you're gonna be ready to go. So is this routine difficult? Essentially, it's not too difficult. There's two moves. One move that you use only once throughout the routine, which I would say is beginner to intermediate, and the other move that you use across the full routine is, I'd say, beginner to intermediate as well. So essentially, the routine is not that hard, but you do have to work on your pattern and routining, because this routine, if you want to do the full routine, is quite a long one, and there's a lot of things that you have to remember, because let me show you here with, I won't use any of the gimmicks here, but for example, you have to know if you have three cards in your hand. So for example, if you have these three cards in your hand, just like this, you have to know how to orient them or how to, shuffle them in order to have them ready for your next move. Or, if you place them in the spectator's hand, you have to know how you place them, which card is on top, which card is on the bottom, and all types of these things. So you have to really know how the routine flows and the pattern. So there is going to be a practice curve to this. Even though the moves are incredibly simple, there is a practice curve to this routine about knowing exactly how you go from phase to phase and how you do everything in the trick. So if you just want to do one phase, then probably that's not going to be as hard. But if you want to do the full routine, then you're going to have to learn all the moves, all the, the pattern, a little bit of misdirection, and all of that in order to make the routine work. So I'd give this a difficulty of intermediate. I believe it's fine. If you're a complete beginner to magic, I'd say this is more intermediate to advanced, mostly because of the misdirection and pattern that you have to give in the routining, not necessarily because of the moves, but essentially this is quite a good routine to perform. So is it usable, and what situation can you use it in? So Stand-Up Monte, as by the name, is something that is more for stand-up and close-up performances. You're not really going to do this on stage or for a parlor show because it's a packet trick. So you're not really going to perform this, as such, except maybe if you can afford and if you have a venue with a camera shining on you and the spectator and projecting everything for everyone, then maybe yes. But essentially, this is something that you want to do in a stand-up setting. And I've not tried this sitting down at a table, but I feel that sitting down kind of would maybe make it a little bit harder, depend on your style. But I think that this is mostly done for you standing up on a table, you know, let's say you're at a reception hall performing for a wedding. You're going to be standing up in front of the table you're performing at and interacting with the people like this. So that's the ideal setup. Or if you're at a bar, you know, you come in, or at a restaurant, you introduce yourself and you bring out the cards, your spectators are sitting, enjoying their meal, their drink, and you perform to them. Similar to how you see in the trailer. That's exactly kind of the situation where you want to perform. But this is usable in most settings. It is easy to carry. And another thing is that if you want to make it a lot better, make sure you have a top pocket, because you're going to want to execute some cleanups and some stuff in the top pocket, because it's kind of a major part of the routine. And I feel that sometimes I don't have top pockets and I performed it from my pockets, but I feel that just for some odd reason, people always see what, if you're a magician, you go into your pockets, that there's some kind of switch device or a black hole, you know, doing some black magic in your pockets. And I feel that it's always better to do it with a top pocket, but it's completely doable from your pants pockets as well. So is it practical? Again, I just mentioned, if you have a top pocket and you're in a situation where you can like stand up, even sitting down at most, it is practical. You are going to be able to perform this quite easily with no interruptions and no problems. So now, would I recommend the trick? Of course I recommend the trick. Yes, there are gimmicks. Yes, you do have to carry around a few cards with you, and you do have to take in mind that you're gonna have to learn a pattern, have pockets and whatnot. But I do recommend this trick because there's not many stand-up routines that are as good. Most of them, the classic ones that don't use any gimmicks, you know, you have your spectators standing there and you do the routine for them, and they're kind of just, you know, pawns in that presentation, just being there and guessing blindly where the card is. Now, there's another routine, a simplex Monte, that I love. It's one that I perform a lot as well because I really like the visual of that routine. So when you show the cards like this, you pull out the queen, you say, where's the queen? They say, in this hand, you show it's a joker, and you show that all the cards are essentially jokers and the queen is in your pocket or whatnot. That routine is probably the only one that matches the impact of stand-up Monte. But there are a lot of other routines. You know, there's Monte routines with nuts. There's Monte routine with pistachios. There's Monte routines with cups, cups and balls Monte routines. There's a plethora of Monte routines that you can get. But with cards, for me, stand-up Monte and simplex Monte are probably the best. But I would still give the edge to stand-up Monte, because in one of the versions, the way that I finish it, you know, you show the queens and then you pull out the fours from your pocket, you give them the fours, you show them the queen, and it ends kind of inspectable, and just place it back in your pocket and walk away. So this is a routine that I do recommend. And to wrap up the video, as a verdict from 1 to 10, I'd give this a solid 9 out of 10. So this is an amazing routine. You're going to get your mileage out of it. You know, I hope that if you're new to magic, you consider this, because this is going to be a staple from your performance and people are going to love this trick. You're going to make them laugh, gasp. You're going to create such a good entourage at your performance that, you know, this is well worth the money. And just for your routining and pattern, learning something interesting, this is definitely worth it. And this is something, if this is something that you have lying around in your bookshelf or in your sock magic drawer like mine, or under your bed in a box, or in your closet stuffed inside of a drawer or anything, maybe you want to dust it off, put that DVD back in your DVD player, in your console, or in your PC, and give the trick another try, because this is really something that's incredible. And even now in the era with Zoom and all that, if you put your camera down at the table and you do the moves and you do the trick, it's incredible still, and it's still going to work, and it's still going to have an amazing impact. So yeah, this is my review for stand-up Monte. I hope that you like this, so please like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any other questions. If you want me to talk to you about simplex Monte or anything else, or any Monte routine, just tell me in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see everyone in the next video. I have a lot of stuff coming through the mail from Penguin Magic, from Illusionist. So we're going to have a lot of reviews coming on the channel from that. So Thank you very much for watching and see everyone in the next video. Bye bye.